Alright, shalom, shalom, yabashim yashaba kagadas barakatah. Yeah, this is just a continuation from where we was starting off, just dealing with this Iranian American war. You know, proving that this is just a remix of Project Ajax. And the reason why it's important because they're telling you, you know, all is for the citizens, you know, all is for the people, and we're doing this, but that's just the propaganda that they use, you know, and that's why the Lord said, and let's get that in, it says, stand now with thine enchantments, you know, because they use the same talking points in the narratives to justify, you know, why they are doing the wicked deeds that they're doing, you know, via trying to steal countries' resources, you know.
This is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 12, where it says, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do right now. They're standing with their enchantments, which is, you know, we're doing this for women's rights, but you bombed a little kid's school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, oh, Russia's losing the war, but Russia's doing it. They're showing some type of integrity of what they said and what they meant. They said they're not trying to destroy Ukraine. They're trying to annex it. And everybody acting like because Russia hasn't wiped them out yet, that Russia's struggling. No, they're not trying to hurt the citizens
Exactly.
in the city. Why would I try to take over a city and bomb it to rubble? That's too much work for me. So they're trying to surgically, you know, turn this thing over. All right, and America uses propaganda to say, yeah, Russia's struggling. No, they could just send just like when they sent the long-range missile over there, everybody saw, oh, Russia want to use long-range, they could have been did it. It just, you know, but that's just the sorcery and the propaganda that Esau uses to make people think certain things, you know, to, you know, make people want to do shit. But at this point, a lot of people are tired. Even American citizens, they're like, man, we ain't asked for this war. You know, gas prices going up, mortgage rates is going up. You know, like what the hell that got to do with the war, man? You know what I'm saying? What do housing? I get it, oil, because oil is impacted over there, or goods that's exported or imported from the Middle East. But that had nothing. Houses are over here. They're already built. So why the hell is mortgage rates increasing? Because they're trying to create a problem reaction solution. You know what I'm saying? But like I was asking a brother in the chat, I'm like, well, what the hell I got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? You know, the brothers, you know, say a problem reaction solution, but I get it. But my point is, it's not like I don't understand it. I'm just saying, like, this is a sign that they're trying to create pressure from above, pressure from below. And if people pay attention, they'll say, damn, that ain't got nothing to do with, you know, the war. You know, but it may do, but I just don't get the correlation to where mortgage rates increase. I can see why gas increase or fucking Iranian moon pies increase and shit like that. You know, or even like I bought some Tide pads from some Fairtex, and when you buy Fairtex Tide pads, you get them from Thailand. You know, and they hit me with $100 import fee. Like, I can understand that because of the wars that's going on and the sanctions and things like that. It's import-export, but shit that's already here.
You don't got Thailanders building houses over here.
Yeah, so. It's not Thailand wood. It's not Iranian wood. It's not Lebanon cedar from Lebanon. You know, that's you know, American wood. You know, so how is that affecting? And it's like it's the same rinse, wash, and repeat by putting pressure on the people and then blaming it on Iran. You know, and things like that. So, you got something?
Oh no,
I do. I want to get this in this book of How the World Works. It says in the paragraph it says restoring the traditional order. It says the traditional right-wing order had to be restored with business-dominant labor split and weakened, and the burden of reconstructing placed squarely on the shoulders of the working classes and the poor. And this is the thing, because when we go into this Ajax thing, when that Shar that was a puppet was built up, he was doing deals that was more friendly to America business. Like he'll sell the oil to America for a cheap price, just like Venezuela turned around. And can we get that on how Venezuela had decided to do trade with Israel with oil for the first time in years, okay? And that's not by coincidence. Now, Esau, through his sorceries, is not going to get up and tell you, yeah, we bombed the shit out of them so they can sell us oil for the low. But that's what happened, all right? And that's the pale horse taking peace from the earth, okay? Or the red horse.
It says, it's the AI overview. It says, as of February 2026, the reports indicate that traders are shipping Venezuelan crude oil to Israel for the first time since roughly mid-2020, following the reporter's ousters of President Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah. So once this is not about fentanyl, okay? Because everybody forgot about fentanyl. Niggas still dying of fentanyl. You know? And they just went over there. You didn't hear nothing about them seizing drugs.
Right.
You didn't hear nothing about that. You just heard about them taking oil. And people, American citizens are so stupid, you can't sit here and bomb people's countries and expect them to be like, oh yeah, well at least you got rid of Maduro, you know, and got rid of that damn fentanyl. Them people know over there that you're taking their oil and that they're suffering in poverty. And when they go and they want to buy stuff and they're looking at America with, you know, Bugattis and Impalas, and you're over here struggling and you got all the oil and you know that America put y'all in this situation. You know, just like when they said it. They said when they had that regime change, because there's people that don't like Maduro or didn't like him. And they was overthrowing the government. It's the same as this Project Ajax. They had an interview recently where they said, yeah, get Maduro out here. No more gringos. You know what I'm saying? Which means no more Americans. Get the Americans out of here too. You know, and then Trump would get on TV and say, well, they named the street after me. I ain't that nigga, you gonna pay 200 niggas to go out there and hammer a street sign.
Yeah,
Right.
And then jump around and celebrate. And then they coincidentally did the same thing in Iran. Like, that's what niggas do when you bomb them. They put a street in your name after that. That's some American shit.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know? You go ahead, brother.
It says Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, which says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Yeah, and his desires is those resources and control of the people, okay? And they use their lies to make it look like something else, okay?
And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And
Yep, so that's what he's doing, and ultimately he's going to try to heap everybody unto himself via the MOTB, okay? They're trying to do it through policies and things like that, you know what I'm saying? So the situation I'm reading is dealing with Italy. I got to make sure that I have the proper area of information, but what I'm reading is pretty much showing how the U.S. via the CIA, you come and overthrow and set up puppet leaders for ultimately economic control. So I'm gonna jump down a little bit. It says in Italy, a worker and peasant-based movement led by the Communist Party had held down six German divisions during the war and liberated northern Italy. As U.S. forces advanced through Italy, they dispersed this anti-fascist resistance and restored the basic structure of the pre-war fascist regime. Okay, Italy has been one of the main areas of CIA subversion ever since the agency was founded. The CIA was concerned about communists winning power legally in the crucial Italian elections of 1948. A lot of techniques were used, including restoring the fascist police, breaking the unions, withholding food, but it wasn't clear that the Communist Party could be defeated. So the point is the strategy that they use, they withhold food. What are they doing with us? They're increasing the price of food. You know what I'm saying? They create pressure from above, pressure from below, to make you think that whatever they're doing isn't working. Okay? It's like they're increasing the food and they say, oh, it's on Iran, it's on Iran. The people gonna say, hey man, get them out of there, get rid of them. They're making it hard for me. And when Esau is he has control of all these resources in America, and he's the one that, like I said, you increase mortgage rates. It was because of Iran, straight. And it's like, it's the people that's working like, we'll get rid of them. Because you need the citizens, you need the public to agree with it in capitalism and democracy. All right? So I want to get this not this last one, but it's a couple other ones. I want to get this situation, and brothers could get some precepts in the meantime, because it's a read that I have to go and comb through. All right, but
I had Micah chapter 2 verse 1, which says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." And this is a pattern over and over that America does. We see him going all around the world, time and time through history. Ever since America has been founded, Esau has been doing this of setting up coups to take somebody out of power, or setting up military intervention to take somebody over. And as the brother's bringing out, he'll act like it's some type of moral justification for it, or that it's something that needs to be done, for the ethics of it, when it's all about his greed and what he wants at the end of the day.
Got a precept to back you up, brother. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword." I know as the brother mentioned references earlier, that who is that red horse? The red horse is going back to Esau, Edom, right? And like the brother mentioned, mentioned that Esau goes around and pretty much being the bully of the earth, taking and really putting on a facade of going to help people. It's like brothers mentioned with Venezuela, right? Venezuela with Iran. Well, he's not a good leader. So we got to get him out there. He don't know how to run the country. And then you go down there and you're really just going down there to jack him, man.
Yeah, with Iraq, it was weapons of mass destruction.
So Esau, this is a repeated. This is just in its nature, man.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into this. It says making Guatemala a killing field. It says the cause. I'm just jumping around, but it's like the second paragraph. It says that caused virtual hysteria in Washington. Eisenhower and Dulles warned that the self-defense and self-preservation of the United States was at stake unless the virus was exterminated via Guatemala. It says U.S. intelligence reports were very candid about the dangers posed by capitalist democracy in Guatemala. A CIA memorandum of 1952 described the situation in Guatemala as adverse to U.S. interests. Again, that's the thing. When you're adverse to U.S. interests, what is that? When we go into what's the name of your boy? We was talking about the not the Shah, because the Shah Rezi, he was with the U.S. interests. He was selling oil at the price that they needed. He was, giving them the amount that they wanted. He was setting up regimes, and what they did, when you go into the positives and negatives, is that like when you go to is Shah Mohammad Rezi, he reigned from 1941 1979. He says he was a CIA. He worked closely with the United States, particularly following the 1953 CIA-backed coup that restored his power. He partnered with the U.S. on modernization, security, and Cold War strategies until he was overthrown in 1979. Okay, so the modernization is talking about schools, Wi-Fi, and this is what these third world countries go through. Plumbing, they'll give you those amenities, You know what I'm saying? They'll starve you out to where you can't build your own amenities and then say, we'll come in and build your amenities. Because what happened was Iran was producing a whole lot of oil, but they didn't have the tankers to ship it out to everybody. They didn't have the intellect to operate those refineries. You know what I'm saying? Same thing as Bikini Fossey up in the guy in Nigeria, I believe. Arthur Ibrahim.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And all these guys, they're saying that they want to take their resources and use it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they kicked all the contractors out. All the people that was digging for gold and oil, and they say, if y'all not gonna give us a fair deal, y'all can't dig in our land. And it's like, well, they know that them Africans can't get them resources out, you know, because that's what it's about, man. If you break it down to just like regular drug dealing, you got a person that can, you have an area of land that you can fucking grow 2,000 pounds of weed, but you don't have the resources, like you don't have the van, you don't have the trucks, you don't have the people, then you don't know enough people to get all that shit off, then you can't make the money that you want as fast as you want. And that's what these third world countries go through. But then you got America, they know everybody and their mama. They know somebody that'll buy all that 30,000 off, they know somebody that'll buy 5,000 pounds daily or by the hour. But they're gonna give you the price of getting, for 5,000 pounds, they're gonna pay you 1,000 pounds worth. And then tell you, well, you wasn't gonna get none of that if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? And it makes people feel like they need to be contracted and yoked with Esau with their deals, with their resources, their bananas, they don't do it behind no drugs only. It's mainly behind bananas, pineapples, opium, lithium, uranium, all these things, because there's certain areas and places that have resources that other areas don't. All right, we just live in America where we think everything is in abundance everywhere. You know, cinnamon is, like I was saying on the highway, cinnamon is only in one part of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Cinnamon is not something that we can go down the street in Arizona and find a cinnamon tree. Like you can find a pussy willow or a fucking a huffy bite.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
it's like when you playing Monopoly, right? You got Board Place and Park, you got Boardwalk and Park Place, and people rarely land on it. But if you got it and you got it set up, once they land on it, you gonna hit them over the head. That's like these certain places that has these certain resources. That's their product. That's their benefit. And America would come in and take it.
They don't want to get hit over the head. So what they do is that they take it. That's the East Indian Trading Company, what they did to them East Indians. You know what I'm saying? What they did to China. You know, not the East Indians, but the China with the East Indian Trading Company. They pretty much was shipping opium into China. And China was trying to stop them from doing it. So they made it a trade war and then turn and say, well, China's the bad guy, and try to blame it on communism or whatever, weapons of mass destruction. They do the same thing, and then they made them people open their borders up so they can get them people high off opium. Because people were buying all that opium, man. Okay.
Preset. It says, go ahead.
This Sirach chapter 12 verse 17.
Oh man.
Yeah, you have. Go ahead. Get it.
Just read 11 and 12 with it. You can jump down. To
Okay. 12 and 11. This is Sirach chapter 12 and said verse 11 says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, you're gonna come like acting like it's cool, like it's a benefit, but you're gonna end up getting caught on that fish hook, man. It's just bait and reel. That's all Esau's doing to these countries, and he lied to us. When I seen us, I'm talking about the average American citizens, to make you believe that they're just in doing it. Okay, but once you go into the details, it's like, hell no. Just like they talking about a fucking drone out of Strike America. Like, what kind of drone can make it that far all the way over here from Iran? There's no battery life in a drone that can do that. All right?
Right, exactly.
Like,
And
shit.
if y'all know, just be on alert. Watch for that
If,
move.
if you can't drive a Tesla from here to California, you
Right.
damn sure can't fly a drone from here to Iran.
All your satellites miss that submarine radar.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. This is verse 17. It says, if adversity, Sirach 12, verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet will he undermine thee.
Yeah, and that's what he do. He comes like he's trying to help and do people favors, and really he's just trying to take over your resources and bird feed you. And if you don't like being bird fed, let's look up that term. What does it mean to nationalize oil? Because anytime a country decides to nationalize their resources, they end up getting taken down. You know what I'm saying?
It says nationalizing oil is the process where a government takes control of oil production, infrastructure, and reserves from private or foreign companies, bringing them under state ownership.
Yeah, so they're saying that America, y'all can't sell my oil. I don't need y'all to sell my oil anymore. I sell it myself. And that's what happened to your boy in Syria, Gaddafi, you know, a couple other guys. Once they started now trying to nationalize whatever resources that they had and try to back their oil with their own gold or their own resources. And the thing is, a lot of these countries, through technology, they can connect now with Russia and China and all these other countries without having to have, because Russia could just, you know, it's like Iraq get it to it. Like Russia just flying planes. Like back in the day, nigga, like that it was hard to connect with all these countries.
Yeah.
But now you can get on the phone, you can like, you know, you got politics, you got, you know, emails, you got internet, you got deals. So now you don't genuinely need America to go by boat and send a story or something like that. Now you have your own ability to network with these other countries.
You got currency that's digitized.
Yep.
You know,
You don't gotta go through that dollar, the American dollar no more. There's ways to circumvent it, you know, through Bitcoin or using gold or the wine and things like that. And they're trying to circumvent it, and because that's what America's power is through trade and everybody having to trade through the American dollar, mainly through the oil.
yeah.
Okay. That's why America really has a foothold on the whole earth. If it were to go down, everybody's infrastructure would be fucked up.
Would you say it's kind of like certain artists when they talk about owning their masters and shit, and it's like, shoot, you own that, so instead of getting, like every time somebody click on that song or use that song, you getting paid from that instead of the company actually
You
getting
get
paid.
paid and then paying you what they want to
Yeah,
pay you. But at the
exactly.
same time, your songs couldn't get on Transformers movie without America.
Without a,
You know what I'm saying? You'll have to go SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of niggas was doing. And then when they started doing that, then Esau came over and was like, nah, because now you're taking our ability to regulate y'all. And so now we're going to create a streaming service. Because SoundCloud, at first you had to make albums, and then you have to get your album approved, like the nigga Lil Russell.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much doing it the non-conventional way, and they said we ain't gonna let you on the billboard because you promoted yourself and you let us promote you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you don't do it their way, they're gonna say you're not invited in. But if you figure out a way to like create your own place without being invited in, it's called a threat of a good example. To say, look, I don't gotta sell myself out. I don't gotta wear this or act like this to sell my records. And then I just be honest and I sell it to how I sell it, and people start buying it. And they're gonna say, oh, you don't deserve to be on a billboard. Now, matter of fact, they're gonna try to find a way to say you owe us money. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna try to shut you down. That's what they do to all these outlets, and that's why they create the education system to say you got to go to your enemy for one of all things, because they need you to think like that. Because once you start going to yourself and your community, then you're gonna really break your ability to be under their foothold, which is why America do not like farmers, because they can break if a farmer can farm their land and then take their produce and give it to their community and sell it to them. Right. It's just a lot more footwork and less money that you can get in a small amount of time. You know what I'm saying? But if all farmers did that, it would strip Walmart of its power to where I gotta buy that for this price.
Yep.
I gotta get this like this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I don't got no money, but I do got, you know, these 2 chickens. You know what I'm saying? If I need a nigga got 2, I know this farmer, he needs his chickens are getting ate by coyotes. I got a chicken. I'm fine over here, but you got this water well, nigga. I give you 5 chickens. You could bounce back with these 5 chickens and refurbish your chicken coop, and give me and you promise me a certain amount of water from your well.
Yeah.
It can work like that.
Yeah.
But Esau got it to where you got to come to my dollar system in order to get from. You got to go to your enemy for one of all things.
If y'all want to exchange this water and this chicken, just make sure there's some dollars involved.
Yep. And when the dollars are involved, you're going to end up taxes and incentives, and you got to get regulated, and they're going to tax you in that way. You got to get a certificate, and now you have to do things for their approval. Now they can track you. And that's why the MOTB is going to come, because the MOTB can track everything, because it's tracking everything now. The same chip system is in product sales. You know what I'm saying? When we scan something with a barcode, it's to scan it, to stamp it where it's at, and the person, just like when we buy something off of Amazon, you can track your package.
Yeah.
That's the same MOTB system. It's just that they're trying to track everything. People, the spirit of a person, the emotion of a person, the health of a person, the location of your physical well-being, all right, your intentions, your financial decision making.
24/7.
Yep, 24/7.
Yeah, because just like, I know, I'm going to speak on it just briefly because I got to get back into the article. I read it a while back, but Trump, he was saying, as far as like the health industry, they're trying to have it to where, because pretty much as of now, if you in this network and you got to go over to this network, then it's a lot of time in between there, a lot of paperwork, and pretty much they're just trying to make everything just short and sweet, you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to merge everything for the most part, come up with certain systems, and it's all going down to the MOTB at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
It's all pointing back to that every time. You know, and I'm gonna get this real quick. Time is getting tight, but it says the same CIA memorandum continued the radical nationalist policies of the democratic capitalist government, including the persecution of foreign economic interests, especially the United Fruit Company, had gained the support of acquaintances of almost all Guatemalans. The government was proceeding to mobilize the hereto politically inert peasantry while undermining the power of large landholders. Furthermore, the 1944 revolution had aroused a strong national movement to free Guatemala from the military dictatorship, social backwardness, and economic colonialism, which had been the pattern of the past, and inspired the loyalty and conform to self-interest of most politically conscious Guatemalans. So people start getting their shit together, they start using their resources, and they start coming together as a people. And America don't like that. They want you to feel like that without them, nothing is possible.
Yeah.
Okay? Their way is the right way. It says, in short, the situation was pretty awful, so the CIA carried out a successful coup. Guatemala was turned into a slaughterhouse. It remains today, with regular U.S. intervention whenever things threaten to get out of line. Jumping down, the most extreme of the Guatemalan Hitlers we back there, Rios Montt, was lauded by Reagan as a man totally dictated to democracy in the early 1980s. That's what they want you. Democracy is pretty much control. You do what we tell you to do. And your policies will ensure that whatever we need you to do could get done. Communism doesn't allow that. All right? It says Washington's friends slaughtered tens of thousands of Guatemalans, mostly Indians in the highlands, with countless others tortured and raped. Large regions were decimated. In 1988, a newly opened Guatemalan newspaper called La Época was blown up by the government terrorists. At the time, the media here were very much exercised over the fact that the U.S. funded journal in Nicaragua La Presna, which was openly called for the overthrow of the government in support of the U.S.-run terrorist army, had been forced to miss a couple of issues. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much they would suppress the citizens, or they would just fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? And then they would let the people who are, like they got the Republicans and Democrats, like these people that sit there and see, like white people don't like niggas, so a nigga died and said, well, he stole a cigarette in 1979. It's like they're not getting paid to do that, but they just hate niggas that much. Or you might have a person that's a business person that might hate the way that this ruler is ruling because you can't make these deals with these foreign countries because this nigga don't like America. So you like, man, if only we had deals with America, I could really make some money. So you hate the nigga. So once he go down, of course you're gonna be happy. That's why in Venezuela, when that man went down, you had a bunch of businessmen. You didn't see the citizens jumping for joy to say, hey, now our life is free. It was businessmen. And they try to hire a bunch of niggas to jump up for joy to say, hey, look at the people, they're jumping for joy. But their country ain't doing good. Just like Iran's country ain't gonna be doing good if America gets so. What benefit is it for you to sell $2,000 worth of oil and you only get $200 out of it?
Right.
And you need to take that, and you gotta take that same $200 and give it to the citizens. Oh well, I know you can't pay for that. We'll just loan you these schools, these education systems, and it's on us. But you just gotta go according to you gotta let LGBT come in there. You gotta let women have rights. Because they know once I start breaking your fucking system down by re-educating your kids and have your women be rebellious, I could really take over your fucking country. So it's the same rinse, wash, and repeat that's going on. All right? So I got a couple precepts and we're going to bring it out. We can get Habakkuk 2 and 4 real quick through 12. 2 and 4 through 12. About the shop.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yep, the soul that is not lifted upright, that soul the upright, Esau is that soul that's lifted up, that's not upright in him. He think that the Lord is with him even to this point, you know what I'm saying? And his intentions aren't good. Okay? That's the thing too. All right, let's go ahead.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Yeah, by doctrine, by democracy, by women's liberation, by, you could be whoever you want to be. All right, he trained by his policies. Okay, he transgresses by wine. All right, he'll make a deal with somebody. Like I said, he'll set a puppet up and then make a deal with that puppet. And then that puppet gets overthrown, but that deal is still enacted. And then somebody say, I'm shutting that deal down. They say, oh, no, y'all being illegal. Y'all breaking deals. So we about to come over there and commit a war. It's like, nah, man, you had a gun to that man's head. You know what I'm saying? Or you was bribing him. That's why he made that deal.
It says, he is a proud man, and neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Yeah, he's always in other countries' business. Here it is. Mortgage rates is high, gas prices high. You're going to try to blame it on that war. Like, you could have, Biden released all that oil reserve, and then all of a sudden Trump got to get it all back. And some, there's a lot of things that speculated, and they were speaking on, Trump in his first term was like, I'm not creating no new wars. But all of a sudden, in his second term, he's going balls to the wall in the name of Israel.
Warmonger.
And somebody made, and it makes sense, but it's speculation indeed because there's no facts. It said that, it could be that the IMF or ISIS or Israel, because all that is just Israel, all right? That's the philosopher Jews, okay, the Israelis, let's say it like that. They put out that Epstein shit. You know what I'm saying? Two, is almost like a warning to Trump and everybody say, hey, I got something on y'all ass and y'all better start doing what the fuck I tell y'all to do. Because they've been trying to get America to do a lot of shit and they was like, nah. But hey, I'm about to release these files. I'm just going to show everybody that these files exist. And that'll let you know, nigga, I can release information on you. Everybody know about the files. Everybody know you in them. Now we can sweep all this under the rug. or you can go and bomb these people and do what the fuck I told you to do.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And that could be a whole fight for him just to make sure that shit don't get exposed, because it's not getting exposed. It all works out. Just look at it like, okay, I need you to go bomb Iran. Nah, we American citizens. It's like, I need you to bomb Iran. It's not no choice for you. But yeah, the people, Epstein files out. Now you got a choice. Is either you bomb them, everybody forget about this, and we'll help that, or you don't, and this is going to be the main thing everybody going to talk about, and I'm going to release what you did. You know what I'm saying? No choice but to bomb. And then act like, well, they did this and they did that. They bombed the school. Well, actually, it was Israel that bombed. Well, actually, it was Iran that bombed their own school. Get the fuck out of here.
That's still crazy when you said that. It says,
That makes sense. They said a lot. All the questions about the Epstein files went away since that's been going on. They ain't nobody worried about it no more. They're worried about their safety now. You know.
it says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these things take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
Yeah, you over there taking everybody's oil, everybody's resources. That's not your shit, man. And you're constantly increasing. You're constantly getting more and more and more off the name of other people's resources. They do it in the fucking entertainment industry. They do it in the sports industry. You know what I'm saying? They sit there and drain people of resources and tell them, you know, you would have never made it there without me. Well, technically, yeah, but I could have made it far. I could have made it far, but not as far if I would have did it with you. It probably took my kids to get as far as I did without you, but we would have made it in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the thing. Esau tried to tell you, look, because I gave you 500 mil, that nigga, you would have never got that, but I would have made 200 mil on my own. And it probably took me longer, but I wouldn't have to fucking wear a dress. I wouldn't have to lie and say this on TV. I wouldn't have to, you know, squander my ability, you know, let you put me, you know, just like the Negro League. If niggas wouldn't have left and went to MLB, you know, kept the Negro League, they would have did their thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And our people don't have that type of patience or reliability, and we're too deep in now. They got control of everything, so it ain't like you just separate yourself and start your own shit. Like Nate and them trying to tell everybody, you ain't gonna do, because you got to get through that American dollar. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker ringing everywhere.
Strong as hell.
Strong as hell.
It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Which is debt. Okay? And he's laden them, this society is built up debt. The system is built off of debt. All right? The Federal Reserve is a debt system that America is a whole different, the American country, America, the US of A, is not connected to the Federal Reserve. That's a private entity, just like prisons in America. That's not America's property in essence. Those are privately owned companies, just like these B-2 bombers. That's not American. That's the government owns it, but they don't own the motherfuckers that make it. All right, so we have to understand that a lot of this shit ain't America. It's privately owned. All right, and they just like the America like to say is theirs, and say that they just have a lot of weapons. They don't create them. Okay, they don't manufacture. You don't see no fucking Blackwater is not American, an American government country. I mean, American government company. The CIA is, the FBI is, but Blackwater isn't. You know, or BlackRock, whatever that shit is.
Kind of like,
Yeah, that makes the fucking jets and all that. Them motherfuckers make jets for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Just that America's willing to pay to where they get the latest shit.
Yep.
You know?
New stuff. Let me get it.
Yeah.
it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveted in evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame.
And that's what Esau tried to do. He tried to put himself to where he can't be reached.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Via lawyers, money, they could sit there and fucking take your life. And if you don't have enough money in your pocket, you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? They could sit there and frame you. You know, they could lie on you.
Yeah.
Do all kind of shit to manipulate you, and because you don't have access to them, you can't get justice. You know, like hey, Cash App took my money one time, and they told me pretty much, nigga, like I don't think I should pay you back. Like who? I don't got your money to call no lawyer or do something like that. I just gotta accept that. Or insurance companies.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like I was listening to nigga Charleston White. He was talking about how he got in a wreck, and he immediately called his lawyer because insurance companies are automatically try to find out all the information so they could pay you as least as possible. And I realized that I don't have that access.
Yeah.
So that means I can't get justice. Like if somebody hit me, I'm automatically in a situation that I'm about to get fucked over. And I gotta be really wise in order to get the best what I can get. You know what I'm saying? And if they fucking me over, then I have to take them to court. Do I got time? No, you need a lawyer in this society because you don't got time to go do the paperwork, go show up, go, you know?
Yeah, like you'll go back past these billboards and you'll see these certain lawyers advertising themselves in particular for accidents and injuries. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like criminal things, but it's like because insurance, everything is corrupt in this place. Everything will fuck you over.
Yeah. So once y'all, where you at right now?
That is verse 11.
Yeah, let's get to verse 12, and then we'll go to Ezekiel chapter 35 and 2, and then go to all the way to verse 15. Baba Kushai. I gotta get squared away.
Okay, so it says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establisheth a city by iniquity.
Yeah, that's how you get there. By them stealing and lying and doing all that shit, you built the town with blood. America was built off of blood, man.
Mm-hmm.
Lying and stealing, taking resources since you got here, man.
Come. That's why you still got that. You ain't got that Ciroc still, do you?
No, I dropped it.
Get that real quick. We can run that back. I'm gonna just go in later, so whatever the brother can't cover, then I'll at least finish it off.
Okay, if I grab this in the midst, or you want that first?
I want that. Get 11.
This is Sirach chapter
Did
12.
we start in 11?
Yeah, we
Get
did.
12. Get 12.
This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Just continue straight through.
It might have been 11.
Okay, I read it again. It's Sirach 12
Close that
verse
door.
Sirach 12 verse 11 says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
God dang.
What was it? That never.
Something about the blood. You
Oh,
won't be satisfied with blood.
Yeah. That's reading down some. Verse 16. It says, Sirach 12 and 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips,
There we go.
but in his heart.
Because that's all his contracts. Or we can make this and that better for you. I know a guy that know a guy, so on and so forth. You know.
Okay. But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
It's never for your benefit. It's never. You will benefit, but not for your benefit. That's the crazy thing.
It's always a catch.
It's always a catch, man. It's always a catch. He'll show you how to fish. It's a catch to it, you know. Because it would, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just he'll show you how to plant. It's a catch to it. He'll play humble. It's a catch to it. It's always a catch. He'll come crouching. It's a catch to it. All right.
Says he
You gotta understand that's how serpents are. You know, that's why they called him. That's why he's that serpent that was in the garden, because of his characteristics. He's gonna be around without you noticing. You know.
That's why scriptures call him a devil, being a deceiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And what happened to that serpent? That serpent grew up to a dragon. You know what I'm saying? So shit, he's even more of a deceiver, more mischievous, you know, to the point where he will make you look like the bad guy. But the thing is, through the Spirit, the Lord is uncovering their legs, man, and making them bare. So a lot of that propaganda shit they used to try from back in the day is not working because of the internet.
Yeah.
And well, first of all, fuck the internet, because of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Exactly.
Right? Because of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because of the words that are written and the prophecies that have been spoken, and then we get to the internet, you know? Because at the end of the day, the words that are written are going to come to pass, man.
Sure.
Okay? Did you finish that?
No, it's a little bit more. It says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
He will really cry. Esau saw his blessing carefully with tears, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's God's blessing for me. Like, he really wanted to, like, that you gave it up, though. You gave up your birthright. You didn't care about those tears then. All right? You just wanted instant gratification. If the food ain't done, cool, just give me a bowl. All right? Because you was worried about what would satisfy you at that moment. Okay? So he'll show you crocodile tears. He'll show you tears like he really cared, you know? Like he really want to help you, or like he's sorrowing with you. All right? But guess what? There's a catch. Go ahead. Oh, that should be it to that.
that was
You know? But like you said, he won't be satisfied with blood, because what? Going back to the Habakkuk, this town was built on blood, man.
Yeah.
America was built on blood. All of their establishments is built on blood. All their embassies and everything, it was built on blood. You know, he's a bloody man.
Yeah.
This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33, which says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it."
And that's why judgment is going to come ultimately to America and over to Israel, man.
Yeah.
You know, because of the person or the people, all right, that are predominantly ruling in those lands and dominating through wickedness, man. Judgment has to come, and that land got our land. I ain't even say that land. Our land got to be cleansed anyway, because it got to get cleansed for restoration, man.
Yeah.
You know, water cleans, and fire cleans. All right, and the Lord already washed the world away, a world away. All right, now He's about to burn one away, man. Scriptures call it the second death. All right.
And
Is it more to the Habakkuk, or that was 12?
That
you
was
read?
12.
Okay.
So he went Ezekiel 35 and
2.
starting at 2, right?
Yeah. What did he say? Down to what?
To the
Continue.
end.
Okay.
Okay. So it's, Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 2, which says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it."
Yeah, Mount Seir is Esau, the Edomites. You know, that was part of their dwellings, one of their dwelling places. Go ahead.
It says, "And say unto it, thou shalt say, Salakia, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh."
You're going to know. You're going to know. If you didn't think you were going to meet him, you are going to know that he is who he said that he is. Fuck it, you know? You're going to know that. All right, based off the judgment that's coming upon you, based off of you, like it says in Psalms, thinking that he's with thee, you know? So you're going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Because like you mentioned before, this revealing first and foremost comes through us prophets speaking, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We're letting Esau know exactly why what's about to come is about to come.
Mm-hmm.
And laying out the red carpet so that when Yahushai comes and he comes in that vengeance, not beating Esau as a man, Esau already knew that it was coming, you know?
The carpet going to be red for blood.
That's right. And so going back to Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5, it says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel
Perpetual, continuous, ongoing, never ending.
forever."
Forever.
You know, Sandlot speak. Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's crazy because this is what I wanted. I was thinking of this earlier, so through the spirit, the brother had to bring this out. And that's exactly what it is. And he constantly does that throughout the world. You know, coming from Habakkuk. All right, he neither keepeth at home. He's in this land and that land, destroying this people and that people, and constantly shedding that blood. Why? Because he's a bloody man, and his blessing was the sword. That's all he know. He just know how to swing it. He just swing it everywhere. He can't control it. Let's swing it, swing it. Now he's getting desperate with it. So he just, you know how when you was younger, you used to pick up your little cousins and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you used to swing them around by their arms. That's how he's doing with his sword. He's just swinging that mug around. Whoever get hit, get hit. You know, he just know because what terror is coming upon him on all sides. Right? And he's going to get completely desperate. All right? And continue to bring down that great wrath as the scriptures speak about as well. You know? But he's working in all of this. Look at that. He tried to get rid of the moon, get rid of the stars, get rid of the sun, search the heavens out, search the depths of the sea. You know, because the scriptures say if you can do those things, then the Lord would do away with Israel. Yeah. All right? He got a perpetual hatred towards us. This whole put a MOTB in everybody is supposed to be his way of slapping the Most High in the face. Right. Oh, you think these are your children? You think these are your creatures? Well, I'm going to show you that they'll worship me, you know? And the Lord just sitting back like, this motherfucker don't know. Hey, go ahead. Yep, do that. Write that down. You're going to get judged for that. Yep, you're going to get judged for that. He just letting you, you know, letting you build your rap sheet. All right?
Yeah. Revelation says sins reached up to the heavens. You know?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. You've been stacking them. You know, unpaid parking tickets. You know, you got a hell of a tab, man. But you came in a bar boasting. Yeah, hey, drinks on me. Yeah, let's go. Who else? You want something? What you want? Got you. You know, because your whole thing is you're going to take over this bar and own it. Right? Not knowing that that's not possible, man. I.e., you think you're going to take over the world and own it as well as the people, but that's not possible, man. All right? Yahweh Shemal Shai is not going to allow that to happen. It was never written like that. Oh, I like that title. It's never written that way. Go ahead.
It says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Yeah, because you go up earlier, you say it was going to make you most desolate. What does it say in this precept? It was 35 and 3. It says desolation and a waste. Yeah, that's what you're going to become. All right, a desolation and a waste. Right along with your name. You wasted, you know what I'm saying?
Dang. Okay.
You know? So, hey, there you go. The Lord is going to strip you bare. You was born with no pigmentation. You was wasted of that. Now you're going to be wasted with what? Your presence, all right? Your lands, your power, your blessing. All of that is going to be done away with, man.
And it says, and I will fill his I read that right. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Yeah, what is those two? Ultimately, it's the northern and southern kingdom. He wants us.
Yeah. We
have his birthright. We appreciate y'all being dumb enough to give it up. Shout out to y'all forefather. Y'all gotta blame him. Now he got it to the point, even in this society, y'all ain't got nothing. y'all making about as many videos as us, you know? Complaining of how he's treated y'all and what he's done and the things y'all witnessing and the constitutional rights that you thought was having or that you can see dissolving, man. Because the shit is melting away. Out in Michigan, they're talking about if you want to own a firearm, you can own a firearm, but you got to get pretty much a permission slip, in a sense, as the guy was explaining it in the video, to make it in layman's terms, to allow you to have that firearm, but you can only carry it to certain places. But with ownership of it, you also have to allow, I believe it was like police officials to search your home whenever they want.
So basically not a right no more.
It's not a right. It's not a right. You
That
don't
amendment,
own the
throw that-
gun.
Yeah, you throw that amendment out the window.
You know? So that's number two. Number one, they're talking about hate crime this, hate crime that, deleting videos, striking you on YouTube. That's out the window.
Yeah, they saying you a domestic terrorist if you
Yeah.
say certain things and certain rhetorics.
I forget what the fourth amendment is, but
They gotta
you
have
know,
a right warrant
to search, right? So it's like, what is your right? I own the gun. It's registered. It's in my name. I did it according to how it was supposed to be done. But that's why all of these shootings are going on. It's just flags, man.
Yeah, folks.
It's just flags so they can come about. I wasn't trying to say it, but
Yeah.
you know, so they can come about and they can get rid of these certain rights. All right, that's why I believe they had a flood of the alphabet community, because they knew everybody wasn't going. They was giving them money and all kind of stuff. They was like funding them for certain experiments. Well, what they spent like thousands or hundreds of $1,000s on something that went down in Brazil or something like that, and dealing with some you know, dragons, and if y'all understand what I'm saying, some dragon queens. You know, but this is the type of stuff that they do, man. All right, they just do wickedness and try to justify it. Justify it in the means of everybody being happy and being an individual, but at the same time, you're trying to bring everybody together. It was never meant that way. The Lord divided the nations in great wisdom, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, and much knowledge, it said. Much knowledge, he divided the nations.
Okay.
Why? Because he know it's the same with mixing cattle, mixing seeds, and mixing fabric, man. Everybody ain't meant to just live amongst each other.
Yeah.
All right? Even in the kingdom, ain't about to be everybody just, no, you're going to have your land, we're going to have ours. You know?
Yes, it says 400. They as of 2017, they invested $400,000 in the Sao Paulo Pride investment. Sao Paulo Pride.
But it's motherfuckers out here sleeping under the bridges.
Crazy, bro.
It's motherfuckers out here on damn near every corner is starting to be with signs. Veterans out here hurting, you know, but you just out here spending money like you got it. That's the way of the people. Because people do the same way Esau spends money because he can print it off. It's physical credit. That's all a dollar is to me. It's physical credit. The same way that Americans use their credit cards. They'll get it and just max it out. Get another one and max it out. You know?
So as a king, so is the princes or the people.
Yeah, he's just spending and spending. Oh, let's spend it over here. Let's spend it over here. You know? Go ahead, brother.
God. It says, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy. I think I skipped the verse. Salaki. This is verse 11. It says, therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them.
Yeah, he's going to use all of that. It's like kinetic energy. It's like Black Panther suit. All of that beating that you did on us and all that oppression is going to be distributed right back to you twofold, man. Double the cup.
God, it says, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. The Lord revealed himself unto us.
Yeah. When we see it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit. you know, but you're gonna have people around the world that can be like, oh, like just imagine you talk. Every time I think about it, I think of the Avengers movie, and I think it was the second one, whichever one Hope called Loki a puny god.
Okay, that first one. That was
When those ships just came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? They just entered the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's how the Lord and them gonna be showing up and coming, man. And people gonna see that. And they go, because if you notice, all of the Marvel movies and shows is all connected now because of that particular invasion, so to speak, that happened with the Avengers. You know, now you'll watch one of the shows and they be mentioning what happened in that time and how the Avengers, y'all gotta chill out. Y'all just be destroying the city. Yeah, y'all be saving the people, but it's like all these aliens and shit coming. What you want me to do? Just get in a boxing ring with them? I don't think they fight like that. You know, so that's how it's gonna be, man. All right, people are gonna know Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai once again, man. Okay, it's the same fear that Rahab had. She like, oh, I'm gonna help y'all out because I'd have heard about y'all power. You know, that's the same fear that the world is gonna feel again.
That's why I said it should no longer be said, he that saved us out of Egypt,
Exactly.
he that saved us out of the North Country.
Yep. They gonna see, they gonna see people getting beamed up. They gonna see it on the news and all of that, recordings and stuff. You know, like what the hell?
It says, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Being that, well, it goes back to race it. You know what I'm saying? You see that we was in a bad position, in a bad place. Instead of you being our so-called brother, you took that opportunity to oppress us and put your foot on our necks, man. Even in these times, you know, you call unto the Heavenly Father, like, look what your people doing. Even though you're the ones that's selling the pork for cheap and the shrimp for cheap and saying that it's okay to eat, and, you know, pork is good for protein, and I forgot, I read some old dumbass shit. Like, the Lord wanted it to be good for that. He would have said it was a clean meat to eat, man.
Right.
You know?
God, and it says, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me.
Yeah, how? All right, how is that? Oh, the Lord is white. The Lord God is coming to save everybody. The name doesn't matter. His name is Yahweh. His name is Yeshua. All of the lies and deceit that you told to try to hide and cover up everything, man.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
It says, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it.
So you can't say this hasn't happened.
Right.
You know?
Because when did the whole earth rejoice over
Exactly.
a nation's downfall like that?
Because
Like,
niggas are mourning now. I'm mourning.
yeah.
You know? So I'm not like, that's why I say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. If not, then where and who is he? Because if it's not Esau, because Idumea is a Greek way to say Edom, all right? If it's not Idumea, if it's not Edom, if it's not the Edomites, all right, then who the hell is it? Who is the Lord talking to right here? Who else got the ability, I ain't even say the ability, the audacity is what I meant to say, to boast against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to actually try to fight against, oh, we got an extended military branch, and talking about, man, fuck you and your telescope and your Space Force, and good luck. Like Liam Neeson said, good luck. I mean, he told Liam Neeson, like, good luck, man. All right? On trying to take down the Lord with whatever weapons you have. You put it in your own movies that your little weapons don't be working on outer space forces, because you know that that's the truth. But the Lord is going to put on your spirit to durst fight, man.
I was looking at that word desolate real quick because brothers mentioned it. This is the etymology. It says to render a region or place lonely by depopulation or devastation, to lay waste or ruin. And this place ain't that. It's not that yet. You know, Esau's nation is not that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like the brothers mentioned, be it through the scripture, this is what's coming.
America's still standing.
And nobody's rejoicing.
And Isaiah 13 completely speaks against the daughter of Babylon, which is America. All right.
It says, O Mount Seir, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
There you go. So you're going to learn and you're going to know that Yahweh Shem Shai delivered the children of Israel, the elect. All right, starting the elect. He delivered the elect out of these lands, man, predominantly America. Okay? And you're going to know when you see and it's crazy. Y'all are walking straight into it. Y'all are walking straight into it by beefing with Iran. By cutting ties and cutting alliances with damn near all countries. You got allies who y'all created, NATO and the EU, and you're putting tariffs on them. You're talking about going to take their land. You had a whole situation
crazy.
of Greenland talking about, yeah, but like, what are you talking about? I thought we was cool, bro.
Right.
Like, it don't make sense. You go out of town, I'm like, all right, I'll watch over your house for you. You come back, I didn't move your stuff out, move my stuff in, change the paperwork and everything.
On the lease.
New pictures
Then
though. What the fuck is
he
this?
was offering, like, wasn't he offering, like, money to the citizens or something? Let
I
me
think
see.
he was, bro, to like something to align themselves with the U.S. or something like that. And NATO was like, wow, so you really about to break up the whole alliance? Because it's like because NATO, how it works is that if you go against a NATO country, then all the other countries of NATO got to go against you. So what happens when a NATO country does that to its own alliance? It's like it just all breaks apart.
It says the proposal discussed within the Trump administration included direct payments to residents. The administration considered a controversial plan to offer direct lump sum payments to Greenland's approximately 57,000 residents to encourage them to secede from Denmark and align with the United States. The amounts discussed range from 10,000 to 100,000 per person, which would total between approximately 570 million and $6 billion. Nigga, give me that. What we hurting here?
Bro.
Won't you fix the roads, fix the bridges?
You got niggas freezing to death.
Shit,
Talking about
yeah.
paying off your allies, citizens.
Build some shelters for the homeless. Feed the veterans, man, because the Lord said He don't like when veterans and when soldiers ain't taken care of.
Yeah.
There's so much that you can do with this money instead of constantly taking land to be in a better position against China, against Russia. They ain't worried about you. You worry about them.
That's right.
You acting like a crazy ex-bitch, man. Saying worry about a motherfucker, they ain't worry about you. You know, I see you out with your little girlfriend. Like, yeah, we ain't nothing. We done. You ain't want to be together, you know? That's how they acting, man. So, yeah, man. Hey, with that, call all y'all Bashim Shai. All right, just, it's Esau been Esau with this Iranian situation, but it's prophecy, okay? That's the beautiful thing. I really be watching the news and snickering and giggling and shit because it's the times we're in are so beautiful, man. All right, and we know the more calamities and atrocities and danger that come upon this earth, so to speak, it's just a step and a day closer to our kingdom, man. All right, until the Lord returning. All these motherfuckers walking around, all these Christians are talking about it ain't gonna happen in my. Well, when the fuck is it gonna happen? If every Christian come up and talk about it's not gonna happen in their time, then when is the Lord supposed to come? What the fuck y'all got to do that's more important than the Lord coming?
Exactly.
Like, really? No, sit your ass down, get right with the Lord, serve the Lord, repent and serve the Lord, and hope and pray that you found the elect when He show up, and that you found so doing. It's simple as that, man. Shit. Everybody want the Lord come. You're going to talk about the second coming your whole life, but He ain't coming in your time. I want Him to come in my time. I pray He come in my time.
What's the hasten today?
Yeah, I hope He come. I want to see with my eyes if that's the Lord's will.
I want to see the chariots show up. I want to see the Lord get vengeance. I want to see the elect get beamed up. I want to be one of the elect getting beamed up. I'll be honest. Shoot, what else? You know? Motherfuckers talking about, damn, man. Hey, that's why you said what? You got those who's going to come and worship in spirit and in truth. The true worshipers, man. Okay? Hastening the day, as the brother quoted. All right? So, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. Many things are happening. All right? And call all y'all about Shemal Shai for it. You know, he's showing that our salvation is nearer than we believe. You know, so with that, once again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak.
Also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone once again, and blessing salutation to you, to the elect, and you Akim out there enduring this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.